Hello, Victor. Hello, the arm wrestling opinion. That's your kindness, my friend. Hello, Jacqueline. Hello, Proving Astrology, Mohammed Alan. Hello, guys. Hello, true arm wrestling fans. Goomer, Mort. Hello, my friend. Yes, everything is fine. I hope the same with you. Hello, no name. GB19. Hello, my friends. Stratus Matthew. Hello, good day, my friends. Hello, Miguel. That's your kindness, Miguel. Yeah, it's getting bigger, I think, at least. Hello, Aidan. Hello, Phil Woody. Next time, Phil. Next time, my good friends. İftarı 10 dakika oldu. Patates yemeğiyle sunmuştum. Sana hesap vereceğim aslan kardeşim. Yapmayın böyle saçma sapan şeyler. Hello, Lasha. Devil, how are you, my brother? Are you also excited for these upcoming days? There'll be so many great matches. Yes, I am excited. Sam, what do you think about idea of a bonus for the match of the night, round of the night? Yeah, that would be nice. Proving astrology, thank you, my friend. At my first tournament, everyone I clipped up with had me outclassed in hands and wrist strength, but my arm strength was able to compensate for in many circumstances. Yeah, more you compete, more you will be feeling good. Hello, Neil. Hello, my friends.
Hello, Engin Terzi. How are you doing, mate?
Hello, Neil Pickup. Neil Pickup. Today we have a special guest. Special guest that I don't know. He doesn't need me to tell you guys who he is. But if I would describe from my side, world-class arm master, one of the best organizers in the history, best announcer, best commentator, and one of those guys that knows a lot about arm wrestling. And it is an honor to host you.
Cheers, brother. Thank you very much. It's thank you for having me on. It's nice to come on and talk about pulling for a little while. Just say hello to everybody. Hell of a day today. Stupid busy. Just finished today's work. So yeah, knocking on the head and coming in to speak to you guys. So hope everybody's okay.
Another super chat proving astrology. The problem I have is that I end up in awkward positions like a flop press. My arm feels fine, but some of the more experienced people around me were very concerned I would break my arm. Probably you have general horsepower, but you don't have the control. And when you give your all, then you find yourself in those positions. Another super chat, then we can start. Do you advise on what I can do to decrease my risk on injury, but not lay down every time I lose my wrist? Sorry for the long questions. So pumped to see Neil. My friend, I think that you need to train more of your hand, wrist, finger, forearm trainings to have more control. But about losing your wrists and not getting injured or getting injured, it is hard for me to tell you without knowing how you are built. And but just like you may have injury from your elbow, but make sure that you don't pull while your shoulder is front of your hand. This is an invitation to humerus break, especially for someone who is new to arm wrestling. Anyways, Neil, how have you been, my friend? You have that wall sign behind you.
Yeah, it's just a little background. I have a background that I came on through Google Chrome tonight. When you sent the link over, it came through Google Chrome, and I uploaded it onto my laptop rather than my iPad. And it's a bit of a classic. It's an old vintage. Back in the day when we used to do the WL This Week podcast, this was the background for that. So it was already on. It was preloaded. So nice.
It is just how I see. It's just a flag race.
It's say one more time. You broke up a little, Engin.
Flag race, like flag.
Okay.
Those 4 people running. They finish their part and then give the flag to the next guy, and then he runs. And this is how I see the PAL, how I see WAL, UAL, your arm wars. And like right now we have East versus West, king of the table. We are all flag carriers. There will be
time.
There may be I never had an intention to organize like professional events like this. This happened because someday you call me again because of COVID, everything is feeling down. Let's go to the podcast. Presence of Greatness, you, I, John, and Devon. And I was like, sitting at home, I was like, okay, let's do it. If community needs us, then let's do it, And that started
what
that way.
What you're doing, mate? It's funny. I saw the list you put up the other day, and it was great. the list of athletes.
Yeah.
That have taken part in East versus West. That's awesome.
In such a short time.
Yeah. And when you look at something like that, it's nice to just take a moment and breathe and think, oh, wow. Look at some of the matches and some of the guys that have competed. It's really, like you say, short period of time, and it's warming up. It's not slowing down, showing no signs of slowing down.
Why this is happening, Neil? It is because of love. You and I, we both know. That's why you also do it.
That's for sure. You could have done sometimes, I've got to be honest, sometimes you question why you do it.
What's that?
But, so I say, I got to be honest. Some days you question why you do it, but when you put a shift in and worked all day and you come home and think,
I mean, the why is because there was COVID, everything was gone. Someone had to do something. That is why you and I are here. Maybe there will be a point that I will quit, and then some people will raise it up more. And then if they need it again, we will step up. You understand? So what I'm just saying that we do that. Why I did that? It is because I wanted to fulfill my dream. I was so.
Are you enjoying it, Wengen? That's the main thing.
Yeah, I was so upset.
Are you enjoying what you're doing?
World was divided to East and West. It was unfair.
Yeah.
It was unfair that all those Eastern guys pulling here, all the Western guys pulling there. We have one world, and the community and fans, and even the athletes, they deserve to be, meeting at one place. So this is, but still, many people still they don't appreciate. They just
when you look at it, it's like it's been a perfect storm of opportunity in some ways, which has facilitated the things to come around in the way that they have. Obviously, the transition and the break between major organizations being involved in promoting arm wrestling on a global level. Most notably, in the recent past, you had the Professional Arm Wrestling League and the WAL. obviously on opposite sides of the ocean. And that was restrictive in some respects because people gravitated towards, as they would, the nearest opportunity. Both those organizations were doing great things. Both those organizations were doing interesting things. You had the top 8 with the PAL, which was really getting going. WAL was in its stride at that time. Both organizations doing good stuff. But the one downside of that was the fact that a lot of the athletes were locked up. So they were in their own little environment and didn't really step outside of that a great deal, certainly not en masse. When COVID sort of changed the whole dynamic, the global dynamic of the sport and what was possible, all of those restrictions were removed. And in some respects, it's created, I think the world of arm wrestling and the world generally has evolved. Evolved enormously, you know, and some of the things that have come out of that, I don't think they will ever revert. Some of for certain athletes within arm wrestling, I'm not sure whether those situations will go back to where they were. There's a different, it's a different time, it's a different place, there's a different energy around the sport right now. And I do think that a lot of good things came out of that. East versus West has brought together at an elite level more frequently than ever before some of the matches which otherwise would not have been possible to create. So from that perspective, it can only be, it's very positive, isn't it? You know?
Yeah. Neil, people are asking, you know, how to put this at once, you know, but I do that normally whenever I swipe, it should be showing both of us.
There's
but
a
now,
view, isn't there? I think, is it called gallery view? In the,
no, but from where?
I think it's up in the top on my screen. It's the top corner.
So you cannot put it, right?
Yeah, if you look at the top right corner, there should be a series of small squares, and it should say view. And if you click that and put it on gallery, I think that shows.
But are you able to do that, or only I can do it?
I can do it here.
Yeah, do it.
I don't think that will change it on the, because you sort of own the meeting. It should only be your end that amends that.
But I don't see that thing. There is only at the right corner, it says only end.
Oh. Is there anywhere on the screen that you have like a series, like a square with a load of small squares in there, and it says view? If you move your cursor around, can you see that anywhere? It should say gallery view.
It says video call effects, reset all backgrounds, settings. I don't know. Maybe in the settings? All right. No problem.
Yeah, I know on my screen in front of me, it's in the top right corner. And it only comes on screen when I move the cursor to it, you know? If I move the cursor up to there, then it'll come on. But outside of that, it doesn't.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, both myself and Engin are technical masters of YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, you need a techie director in here. Timmy Turner's in the chat there. I've just seen. He said we need Coach Ray, the technical director. Let's come on and sort that out.
Sorry, I don't have such option yet. There is like more. Whenever I click more, security, medium setting. I don't think so. I don't think I have it, but captions, whiteboard, application, record, share, reactions, chats, participants, stop video, mood. And there is sound. And
but you've got nothing that says view anywhere.
No, I don't know why.
Are you on a laptop or a phone?
Phone.
Ah, okay. Maybe it's different on a phone. I don't know on a phone.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Why don't you just put it on just you? Nobody wants to look at my ugly fat mug. Just put it on you and they can hear me.
Anyways, yeah. So, yeah. So let's talk about what's coming up. And What's your next event?
For me, we've got straight after East versus West, we move into high gear on the dark card too. So we got that coming up. Devon Larratt is going to be the headliner on dark card 2. We were trying to get this Turkish dude, this
Engin character,
but he can't travel right now, so he's going to have to wait till later in the year. We've got some other good matches on there. I can probably let people know a couple of the undercard matches, which I'm quite excited about. Craig Sanders is pulling there, the Birmingham Bullet. He's going to be pulling against an American lad called Kevin Palko, who just did really well at the Arnold Classic. I love Kevin. So Kev's going to be on the card, the dark card. We're going to keep, just to let everybody know.
it's not live.
Yeah.
Say that one more time for a soundbite.
It is not live.
So
yeah,
just so people know.
Do you know who I am bringing here for the East versus West 6?
Who you bringing over?
Just as a respect, Charlie Minel.
Who you bringing?
Charlie Minel.
Oh mate, I haven't seen Charlie in years.
Yeah,
My God.
I'm sure that 90% of the community doesn't know about him, but he's one of those guys that really served arm wrestling.
World of Arm Wrestling. Yeah, I haven't seen Charlie for, my God, I'll bet it's seriously must be 10 to 15 years. We're talking a long period of time.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be nice to see him. Yeah. Charlie Minel, one of Sweden's finest. Looks like an extra from Team Wolf. I bet he's aged now, mate. It's like me and you. No longer, we're not contenders anymore. None of that youthful, soft skin. Get this. If I take my hat off, Jesus, I'm grey. That's why I've got this hat.
But listen. Sean Connery considered to be most handsome guy when he was like around 60. So don't worry about it.
Yeah. He didn't have back tits either.
Yeah.
Sean Connery is a different dude, mate. Very different. I'll take it though.
I will tell you something. I think when he was 60, he was better looking than when he was 30, in my opinion.
Hey, you keep pushing it on, Engin. That's all right. You selling the fact that we can get to that level. Sean Connery.
No, it is opposite for me. It's opposite for me. I'm only talking about that guy. Not me.
Are you excited about this one? Are you buzzing?
What's that?
Are you buzzing about this next East versus West show? Some mega matches coming up here, mate.
Yeah. There is a question they are asking me when I met. No, it wasn't 2001 Niagara Falls. It was end of 2002 Niagara Falls when I met Devon, and I don't know when Neil met him first time.
I think 1999 Japan,
the World Championship.
Yeah, I think 99 Japan was the first time he came over and introduced himself at the practice table. Yeah, long time ago.
Yeah, I am excited. It will be incredible. I mean, I don't even know which matches like to pick as the favorite one. They all have. Listen, if you are a fan of most popular team, then we know what's the most important match.
Of course, everybody's tuning in for Devon and Gennady.
Yeah, but if you are pure arm wrestling fan, you can find a great excitement in each of those matches.
Oh, without question, yeah. One of the matches I'm looking forward to most is Bacho and Adam. I'm really looking forward to it because it's that unknown thing. With Bacho, you don't know just how good he is. He's like this legendary, we got a guy. When the Georgians are speaking with such passion about a guy that they've got and they believe in so much and that is pretty unknown to me, really. I've never met him in real life, and it is a different experience. More interestingly as well, to really sort of build that same story, Adam Woshinski I find fascinating because he's a guy who's been in the sport, I don't know, probably 6 to 8 years now, I would imagine.
Probably less than that, but seriously, maybe last a few years.
Seriously. Now, in that period of time that he's been around, I think I remember him saying that he'd been involved since Game of Arms. So when was that? When was Game of Arms on air? Was that like 2015 or something? There or thereabouts. But anyway, we digress. His performance against Bozhidar was dominant. And when you know how good Bozhidar is, I'm very interested to see where the roof is for Adam. You know, is he as strong as he looked? Does he have some weaknesses in other areas? I'm very, very keen to see that match. I think it's going to be probably one of the matches that people are less enthusiastic about, unless you're in a hardcore fan perspective.
Can I ask you something, Neil? What is dominance for you? Like for example, like when you said that like Adam dominated Bozhidar.
Yeah.
Like at the end, Bozhidar gassed out for sure.
Yes.
But like Bozhidar couldn't pin him. But there was times that neither of them could go. Do you?
No, I think dominance is the ability to direct and to steer the match to where you want it to be in every occasion.
Yeah.
And I think in that instance, that was what I saw. I saw from Adam that he was able to put the match, even when Boji tried to change it up and top roll. Boji's a very diverse puller. It's fair to say that at that point in time, they'd had a hard enough battle and an interesting battle for it to be difficult and him to be a little gassed. And he was depleting at a faster rate because obviously Adam was a bigger, stronger man. But that gave Adam the ability to put the match where he wanted it to be and control and govern the match at will.
My description, like my explanation of domination is just like either just crushing the guy or just have the full control, and anytime you wanted to pin something. Like I hope that Sandris is not gonna get upset with me, but like from the round one Devon versus Sandris match, I see they're like a dominance. But
right-handed Devon was very much dominant with Sandris. Could direct the flow of the match, put it where he wanted it to be. Very, very impressive.
Yeah, whenever I think like Bozhidar versus Adam, I see the beginning very evenly match, and then one gassed out, the other one just later rounds. Like as you said, later round we can say that domination, but not. There is a super chat. Russell Tyrone Jones, can't say it many times enough, but thank you for what you do for arm wrestling. Both of you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Yeah. And okay, so you are okay. The problem, not the problem, the interesting thing is that whenever I talk with the Georgians and whenever I talk with Bacho, they all are super confident.
Yeah.
They are super confident that, like there is no chance.
Yeah.
That is surprising. I would understand them to have a guy that would be good enough, 18 years old, but would be good enough to pull Adam. And if they would say, let's see what's going to happen, but this guy is not bad. Don't underestimate. But whenever an 18-year-old guy just suddenly comes and they all expect him to dominate someone like Adam Wojcinski, then like it is interesting. Either they don't know what they are talking about, or we don't know.
Well, this is what I was just going to say. You do start to think, what do they know that we don't know? I mean, let's be honest. You've got a proving pool within Georgia that is at an exceptional level. So if you look around Georgia, there are so many exceptional pullers across the weight classes. A lot of guys that people don't know that are extremely strong. They got a myriad of pullers that are very, very, very powerful. If you want to test yourself technically, you've got guys who are at the highest echelon in one school of technique. Let's take a couple that are pulling here. We've got Zurab. If you want to hook and you go hook with Zurab, you're in a match because that kid can hook. On the other side, if you're looking for top roll, I mean, exactly the same suit warmed over, isn't it? You can go wherever you want to go in Georgia and get a test. If you want to go for someone who's super diverse, if a kid goes and pulls with Gennady Quickvinya, you're going to get a test in every area of the table. So If you're looking for endurance, who better than David Samusha? Everything's covered. So a guy's
Neil,
got a real
I have a
test bed
question
over
for
there.
you. Neil, like we know that you're gonna go in 39 minutes because you have to go somewhere. So I will just ask shortly, like let's go to the next match because we don't know much about Bacho. So we only will wait and see. Yeah, there is nothing to predict. Yeah. But since you talk about Zurab, his opponent is Rob Vigent.
Yeah.
And after watching Zurab against Ibrahim Sago, the Sergey Bogoslov.
Yeah, Bogoslov, yeah.
Yeah. And some other guys. Did you rate Zurab in your mind even higher than before?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Like for example, could he pull against someone like Tatashins a good match?
That is a very difficult question, mate. I don't think he could. No. In
Even
some respects,
John Brzenk, when he beat Zurab, even that time,
yeah,
he said it would be a good match. But
well, there's the answer then.
Zurab today, either the level of East versus West is really incredible, or Zurab is now in whole different level with the dominance that he showed, especially inside. You know,
I think you hit the nail on the head with the second thing there. I think that Zurab is pushing very, very hard now, and he's really inspired and motivated. When probably a lot of the pullers in the chat and people that in any sport that you're involved with, if you're very active and you're getting a lot of success and you're getting notoriety, it breeds an inner confidence, and it also breeds a desire to get yourself out there and do things. You fall in love with the sport again. And I think, you're really seeing that at the moment. Zurab is flinging himself wholeheartedly into this thing. He looks ridiculous, doesn't he? I mean, if you look at the conditioning of the lad, he's absolutely ridiculous. And the performance at AMC was first class. As you say, you look at that class, and it was ridiculous. Yeah. Absolutely stacked to the rafters. I mean, guys across the piece in there who were tried and tested world-class killers, from Krasimir to Tyanov, Bogoslov, you name it. They were there.
How do you see it together with Rob Vigent right now?
Let me break down Rob Biget Jr. for people. Rob is an underdog in this match. And why Rob is an underdog is for a couple of reasons. Firstly, inactivity.
But are there not some people that just were so like for example, Jerry Kadoret came and beat Gennady. He just said hello and then he won. There are a few of them like this.
The X Factor, 100%. And probably nobody.
Like for example, can I ask you something?
That more than Jerry,
Neil,
actually.
Like I haven't been pulling for some time. If I come back, how much would you doubt me? Would you think that Engin would pull without really?
Oh, you sneaky bastard! You know the answer to this, Engin, because
okay. But what I am just saying is that there are some people they know how to bring themselves to that stage ready because they have enough of experience. I'm not saying that Rob is one of them or is not, but is Rob one of them?
I think he is. I think he's a bit like you just described there with yourself.
Yeah.
He's got an inherent level when he's motivated and firing, and I believe he may well be. He's a bit like Vitor Belfort in the UFC. So when one version of that guy shows up, he's going to knock your head into the fifth row. And then another guy can show up and he's less impressive. And Rob's very much that guy. And Rob can even be that guy within a match. So he can start a match and you think, okay, we got a measured quantity. This is what we're dealing with. And something triggers him. All of a sudden, different guy shows up. He's a bit of a unicorn, Rob Vigent. But in terms of natural talent, natural ability for the game, he is as good as it gets. He genuinely is. His natural ability as an arm wrestler is as good as it gets. I'm keen to see this match a lot because I think that he's been working with some really solid arm wrestlers. I wish I knew how much. I know I've seen footage of him with Jerry on the practice table. I believe he pulled with Paul. I believe he's pulled with Doug Ehrlich. Various guys have been out and done some work with Rob. Maybe Brandon, not sure about Ellsessor, whether he's got over there. But
no, they did pull.
I know those guys are chucking themselves into it, mate. So you've got a situation there where if he comes in really invigorated and he's learned some lessons from stylistically where John could hang Zurab up a little bit, Rob's got a huge size advantage just as a man. Structurally, he's massive. He's got very, very long arm, very big, very dominant hand and wrist. For me, that's his optimum and primary weapon. I think his hand and wrist are exceptional, truly exceptional. And if he can sort of balance on Zurab's wrist a little bit, I think the biggest danger is that he goes too backward and tries to just utilize back pressure as it's primarily as he's going to defeat the guy. That would be a mistake.
I think it's just in between. I think anyone who wants to beat Zurab needs to have full control of his pronator and wrist at the same time. If you do like this, he will press you this way.
Correct.
If you go out too much this way, he will hook you and beat you.
Correct.
So you need to go in between. That is why when people said, why did you say chance show against Zurab? Zurab is gonna kill him. And I said, either I or you guys don't know about arm wrestling. If I know arm wrestling, I'm not saying chance is gonna win, but there is no way the match is gonna be easy. And in my mind, because I'm an organizer, I cannot say my prediction, but in my mind, I thought that Chance, because of his style, he is the...
Yeah, I think I know I predicted Chance as the winner. I knew I had Chance picked heavily. Stylistically, Giga Chad's a brilliant matchup for Chance. But Chance is absolutely tailor-made to beat him. Rob, less quick, nowhere near the explosivity in that way. Rob's more take your hand, jump on you. And that is an option for him too. That is an option for him. In this match, without strap, just climb and press is an option, and it's a dangerous option for Rob. So Rob is very much alive in this match. I've got him as like a 60-40 underdog. I actually love Zurab, but you know whose corner I'm in. I want Rob Vigent to win the match. I'm a huge Rob Vigent fan personally. I'm a personal friend of Rob for many years. I would love Rob Vigent to win the match.
Neil, are you coming here for July and October event as well?
I'm coming every time an East versus West is on, and you end off. If the date
is missing, big part is missing. There is a thank you, my friend. There is a super chat, big grow goals. Engin and Neil, I had something I wanted to bring up when I was on with John. What do you guys think is the way to get arm wrestling in schools at the elementary school level? I think it is the best way to grow the future. Eric, thank you for your super chat. My friend, elementary school, yes, it can be, but we need to be very, very careful. We don't want there needs to be some people who needs to like do interaction, you know, otherwise their parents will be complaining. There may be a lot of arm breaks and everything. You cannot just leave the kids by themselves that way.
No, it would need to be handled like a combat sport, like rugby, like boxing.
Yeah, the surprising
really
thing
heavy contact sport. You know, it's not that it can't be done. It's just more hard to implement.
My friend, the surprising thing is that when they are in the class pulling by themselves during the breaks, they don't break their arms.
No. No.
We never did. I have never seen in school. Maybe there are some people did it, but I don't
there
remember.
are some successful programs getting tables into school. Charlie Minell was involved with one of those. Heidi Andersson back in the day in Sweden did a lot of work with schools over there. They had a great program. I don't know the situation over in Kazakhstan, what age they start kids off. But I think if it's managed in the right way, it can be very effective. I think there's an optimum age for kids to get involved, and it's probably somewhere around the 13, 14 mark in terms of competition. 2019,
34,000 kids competed the school competitions all over Turkey.
I mean, wow, that's unbelievable.
Yeah. And let's go. You are saying 60-40 for Zurab.
Yeah, I've
let's
got
go to-
60-40 for Zurab in my head. In my
Yeah.
heart, it's 60-40 RVJ. Let's go.
Yeah,
Come on, Rob.
yeah, Neil, let's go because we have like 9 more matches and you only have 30 minutes. Let's go.
I know you
with
say that
Brett-
now. We'll probably still be on here at 2 a.m. I'll have missed everything I've got to do. I'll be late for everything I've got to go to, and we'll be still here doing
I mean,
this.
if you were by me, I wouldn't let you go anywhere.
That's true. I know that.
Yeah, but
Been a
right
while.
now you are there. All you need to do is just click the button and go away. So I cannot stop you. Anyway, so how about Brandon Ellsessor versus David Samusha?
I'm going to start here by just saying, good for you, Brandon Ellsessor, that you got a shot and you got some record. This guy deserves it big time. He is, you know, like the guy that grafts his ass off and deserves to get some recognition. That is Brandon Ellsessor. This fella back in the days of the WAL, he was the guy that was there, that was begging for recognition, that was pleading to be, and he was there working, putting the hard hours in. You would look at his Facebook feed, you would speak to the guy, and he was grafting, he was working hard. And he has had a slow, steady, but very, very clear ascendancy in the game. And I am extremely happy to see that guy get a shot. And I hope he can deliver something from it. Again, I see him as an underdog.
He's professional. Whenever
Yes.
I look at him, the guy has one of the reasons that I invited him. One of them, and the one that convinced me, is victory against Craig Tuller.
Which is a hell of a win.
Yeah. Craig Tuller is this level puller, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the second reason is that the guy has respect for his own goals, for arm wrestling, for what he's doing. Yeah, he's professional. Just look at him. He is writing his own story.
Yes.
Yeah, I love these kind of people. These guys, they deserve like
Yeah.
Another one, Paul Linn. Just look at him, how he prepares himself to do events. Guy is like 99%, like he's more professional than 99.9% of the arm wrestlers on this earth. This guy.
Paul Linn.
Yeah, and he's
like
a late
the model
one.
pupil, isn't he?
He's a new one.
Yeah,
What?
Paul Lynn's the model pupil. He's the guy that is first to work, last home. He's that guy. He's immersed himself in the sport, you know, to right till the water is right at his nose. There's no further for him to go. Paul, the condition of that lad at the last East versus West was unbelievable. Unbelievable, you know. Also the bravery he showed in that match against Rustam, changing things up when he was taking a bit of an ass with
it was kind of late after 2 rounds, you know. I expected him to try that after round 1, but he tried 2 rounds that way, and then.
But it's so hard when you feel like you're being beaten quite dominant fashion.
Yeah, but
to just dust yourself down and think, you know what?
He had no other choice, my friends.
No, he didn't. But a lot of people don't have that choice, but they still don't take it. They still don't run headlong into it.
I mean, Paul has no reason to not to take it. The Paul almost injured, not almost, he injured John Brzenk inside. You remember John's forearm? I
remember John talking about that. Yes, he's very, very powerful.
He hook and beat Rambet also. I mean, this guy is serious force, and probably he is one of the most explosive guys in the sport. That start is just very explosive.
And one of the key things that East versus West has done, and the resurgence of arm wrestling generally is doing, is that they're seeing the level. You know, whenever you raise the bar in any sport, whenever someone sets something that's, you know, the 4-minute mile, the Bob Beamon long jump, Eddie Hall's 500, you name it, somebody does something, man on the moon moment, then the competitive nature of people will always try to hit the bar. Where's the gold? So look at now, we got, you know, Morozov going, right, I'm going to lift some crazy weight because I saw this guy do it. And we've all been there, you know. If you're the type of guy that wants to go that extra mile, that wants to prove yourself, then you will go out of your way to try and knock over and get to where that bar, that level is. Brandon Ellsessor doing that. You know, you see the guy, sometime I'll be led there and I'm checking my Facebook feed and up it comes. There's Brandon doing something else in the gym, trying to chisel himself, get himself ready. One thing I can tell you, I have no doubt in my mind that the manner in which East versus West has changed the game and the resurgence of the sport has changed the game, that there is a new level of arm wrestler coming. And these guys are the people, the men and the women around the world who are able to and committed to dedicating their time non-stop into prepping diligently with a different level of focus. And I think Paul Linn is one of those guys. I think Brandon is one of those guys. And it's good to see. I like to see that, where these guys are coming through. God knows where the level's going to be in, 5. I mean, look at Batcho. Where the hell's this guy going to go? He's 18 and he's confident that he's going to come over and crack Adam.
Neil,
Breed.
that guy was 14 years old at the side table. 14 years old. He was U15 category.
Yeah.
At the side table, he was beating the senior guys.
Yeah.
Niazi was telling me, just look at that guy, 14 years old, what he's doing. I just go there. He was beating the senior guys like this.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. And now whenever I think that this guy is now 18 years old, then I'm thinking that he is a freak for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going to happen. But so how about, listen, just to make sure, you are not going in 1 hour. Is what you said.
Let's go and get the boat.
Okay, yeah. Because I need to cut you because 38 minutes happened. We have like so many matches. Tell me about Brandon versus. Listen, I will tell you something. I will admit, I said many times, but there is no human being on this earth that I enjoy to talk about arm wrestling more than you.
It's because we've done it so much. It's a track record. And there's no one Ryan Bowen enjoys talking to less.
My friends, just talk about, there's 2 super chats I will read.
Go for it.
Javier Martinez, I think this is how you pronounce, I hope. Thank you for your super chat. Great to see Engin repping the Alpha Empire Southern California arm wrestling t-shirt. Thank you, my friend. Thanks to Derek Smith for the t-shirt. And there is Coyote Plus. Thank you for your super chat. Am I alone in thinking Devon is making a climb to go after Levan again? I just think he's on a different level than he has ever been for both of you. My friends, that is for sure. Whenever I say this, even to Devon's face, Devon doesn't like to talk about it. Devon has everything that you just said on his mind, but back somewhere. But he wants to go one after another. So when he has Gennady, he doesn't want to talk about Dennis. When he has Dennis, he doesn't want to talk Hermes. When he has Hermes, he doesn't want to talk Levan. But eventually, yes, that's where he's trying to go. What do you think?
I think it's the right move.
Of course.
I think it's the right move for him and for the sport and for the fans. I think everybody wants to see Devon perform and do what he does. A lot of excitement is generated by that. And I think there's a lot of matches out there for Devon across the classes, I mean, I was excited when he was going to the lower weight classes. I was really excited to see him pull such as Kirigali. I love Kirigali Ongarbaev, mate. Kirigali, that's a great arm wrestler right there. Let me tell you right now.
Kirigali Ongarbaev?
God, what a
my friend.
Kirigali
Ongarbaev right now, I'm not saying that like he can beat everyone. Whenever we say that the best arm wrestler, people will say, there is Levan. That's not what we are talking about.
Kirigali might be that guy.
No. What I'm just trying to say that you need to judge every arm wrestler for his own size. This guy, incredibly explosive. This guy has one of the best endurance. This guy's table IQ up there with John Brzenk and Devon Larratt.
Yep.
This guy can pull in any position.
Yep.
Deadlifts, shoulder press, top roll, side pressure. I mean, whatever. The first time he ever pulled against someone like Michael Todd, he pulled like he has been pulling against open arm top roll top rollers for like decades. You know, he was the. I mean, I just can't say enough good things about that guy. Like whenever I watch him, because people talk negative about Michael, but Michael is one of the most dangerous opponents that you can face. Technically, I'm talking about that guy.
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
X-factor.
yeah, and then to defeating and countering everything Michael does right away. That whenever I look at that, like whenever I say this about Ongarbaev, I also talk highly about Michael because what amazed me is Ongarbaev to be that effective against someone like Michael.
Yeah.
So
That first round was
like,
amazing to watch. Their first round was amazing to watch. But let me tell you now,
all of them, all 4 rounds.
Ongarbaev is only the size he is because God was scared of making that model any bigger. That's what happened there. Because I'll tell you what, can you imagine that guy Morozov sized? Oh, God.
Listen, remember at the press conference, we had Michael at the right side. After 1.5 days, he put all the weight back, water, everything. And then whenever I look at left side, the Ongarbaev, I was like, I know arm wrestling is not about size, but I'm not talking about bodybuilder. I'm talking about Michael Todd.
Yeah.
And then whenever I look at Ongarbaev, like how is it gonna happen? But the guy just performs like you may like his arm is that size. I'm just talking like his performance is this big, you know.
Oh, he's incredible, mate. He's a
okay. Let's go to
wrestler.
the Brandon versus David match.
So there is a couple of things that influence my opinion on this match. Okay, experience is one of them. However diligently you prep to go for that big show, once you're up there for the first time and it's a different experience and a different rule set and a different way of doing things, Emir there and the reflection, Emir up, you good dude. Yeah, however diligently you prep, you can only get so far. The reality of the situation is slightly different, and it can create a moment for you where you're a little bit rabbit in the headlights. And the more you become familiar with the promotion, the more you become familiar with the rule set, with the feel of things, with the lay of the land, where you are in the hotel, everything. All those disparate elements go to make a different look. And this is Brandon's first time. It is not David Samoshya's first time. I think that plays heavily in favor of Samoshya. I think how we talked earlier about Zurab, I think David's also a guy that is currently growing into the promotion and growing into himself at the moment. I think there was a real air of confidence around him the last time out. And he is also one of the guys that I don't think Brandon's going to be able to outlast. And that's a primary weapon.
Does it depend on position?
It does depend on position, yes, but we've seen that Brandon will lose his wrist willingly. I think if he lost his wrist willingly or lost the control of the hand and wrist willingly against David, it would be a bad move.
But David is going inside, my friend. I don't think that, but he will Brandon is going to only drop his hand and then
that match stops in a hook. I think Brandon might try and just dive straight underneath him and press him straight down. That's what I believe may happen. We will see. But I believe that's what Brandon may do. If he looks to top roll him, can't top roll him and gets put into the hook.
Brandon has a chance in hook.
He's very strong, but I don't think he can pin David straight off the bat, off the marker. If he can, amazing. I don't think he can. That's my honest opinion. I think David Samoshya is extremely strong. And if he can pin him in the first 2 rounds, I don't think he can pin him in the third. Because I think it would be hard enough for him to work through David. I actually think that what we'll see is Brandon going for a top roll, David going for a hook.
Yeah.
David's extremely hard to top roll, as we've clearly seen so many times.
Yeah, Daniel.
Very explosive top rollers.
Daniel top rolled him.
Daniel's a bit of a weirdo. And also Daniel top rolls in a weird fashion. He doesn't top roll anything like Brandon. Brandon's also not a supremely explosive top roller. He's the kind of guy that drop wrist, pistol grips, and tries to just force his way out. I really struggle to see him doing that successfully with David. If he can, wow.
Neil, I will tell you something interesting. See, now I try to do some like devil's advocate for the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
See, nobody is saying that because I'm trying to find a way for, and I really believe, for Brandon to win. I try to explain. But whenever I say this, nobody is saying, oh, Engin hate the Eastern guys. But when people says that Devon is heavily favored and Gennady is going to lose, and whenever I try to do the same thing for Gennady, what if Devon goes open on top roll? If Gennady does this, and people goes, Engin hates Devon so much. He wants him to lose. He hates the Western guys. Why this is happening? That whenever I do like for example, whenever I say that no, chance have good possibility to beat Zurab, and then nobody says you hate Georgians. So I try to balance everything. You understand? I try to how to say if one of those guys look underdog, if I set this match, it means that I believe there is a possibility. I would never set a match that there is no chance at all.
I know.
You can ask me, can you not make closer matchups? I can. But whenever we are mostly focusing on East and West, it is not that easy.
No, it's
if I would do West and West, East and East, it would be much easier. So I want people to understand that if I am trying to play devil's advocate and hype the matches or something, don't just come with the hatred and with the prejudice mind. Oh, you hate this guy and this is what you are doing. I mean, come on.
Some people are going to do that Engin just to wind you up.
All are my friends, like, for example, go and ask Paul Linn,
Yeah, they're going to, on social media, you never get away from the guys that are just going to troll. That's what they're going to do.
No, I'm not trying to listen.
Unfortunately, we're in that era.
That part people don't understand. I am not trying to get out of these things, but I am trying to express myself so maybe people will learn, because maybe some people are doing this unintentionally.
Sure.
Or some people are not doing it, but whenever they see these kind of things, they think it's right. So I express myself about why I'm doing the things that I am doing. Then people say, oh, okay, this is what Engin is trying to do. And those people can still continue whatever they want. Yeah.
You know what is interesting about this match, mate?
Yeah.
Heart and desire. And I think that is a very, and this is probably what you had in your mind. Correct me if I'm wrong. You may, like you say, do you think he's got a chance? Yeah, you think he's got a chance. And I agree he's got a chance. I think that for me, perhaps Brandon's biggest weapon, and some people may disagree. If you had Paul in here, Rob in here, Doug in here, the guys that are pulling with him, they'll know much better where Brandon is right now. But when I look at Brandon and I try and make assessments about arm wrestlers in my mind, what I see from Brandon is that the guy is extraordinarily committed to the point where he will go out on his shield regardless. We saw it in the 2-year match at the Monster Factory, where he went absolutely balls out and outlasted Craig in a horrible position,
Yeah.
In an area where Craig, particularly Craig, is very proficient. And yet Brandon just dogged it out. He just was the bigger dog in the fight. He just wanted it more. And that is one of, or in my opinion, the primary weapon for Brandon. I think his heart is as good as anyone's. And if he can get tied to the, if he can bust out, which I think he can, get into a strap, force the match to be stalled where Daffit can't find his exact position, is a little bit out of shape, little ugly, puts a little wear and tear on him, I think Brandon may be strong enough to balance the match enough to turn it into a dogfight. And if he can, that's where his opportunity comes. I think the guy is a dog. And I think the guy will try and outlast anyone. And God knows he's been encouraged by that in his previous wins. How many times have we seen Brandon gut it out and win? And purely and simply on balls and heart and determination.
My friend, I
He's
will
gonna
ask you
show.
something. You know, the Craig's hooking ability, you know that, how
Yes.
he moves quickly forward and
Yes.
goes around your arm. Whenever before I watched that match, Brandon and Craig, I thought with that quick move, he was going to hook him. But whenever Craig tried that and then Brandon survived with his pronator back pressure, low hand top rope, then I saw the possibility, the same exact move, where also
David can't hook him.
Procoptu.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. I know where you're going.
Yeah.
So you're
So
thinking that
I
David
thought
won't be able to get his position. Won't
I
be
mean,
able to
I'm
get
not saying he
perfect.
won't be able to get, but I see a
chance.
possibility there to him to stuck there. And if he stuck there,
Yeah.
Brandon is also a guy that David has incredible endurance.
Mega.
But Brandon also looks like someone, especially if he's in own position, the guy doesn't give up either.
No.
So that is why I'm expecting if David hooks him, I think David is clear favorite. My opinion.
That's why he's 60-40 favorite for me. Because there's two reasons I was saying earlier. The big thing is Brandon, it has an ability to outlast and outwill most of his opponents. I am concerned whether he's got the ability to do that with this guy. When the guy is in a more dominant position, he's a little more A-side, because David is one of those guys that has natural endurance, got excellent endurance. But if the match turns ugly, just an ugly, raw position with both men not where they want to be, I think Brandon comes back into it a little there. I'm hoping that the strength gap is close. I'm hoping that Brandon's heart and desire as the matches roll forward give him the opportunity to make it a dogfight, because I think it'll be an unbelievably long match if that happens. You know, I think
if it stops in this
if it stops in an ugly shape, an ugly match, it's going to be really entertaining. A straight up orthodox match, I think David's 60-40.
I want to share another excitement that I felt whenever I did the podcast with Daniel and Douglas.
Okay.
There, whenever I ask about Samusha versus Brandon match, and Daniel said that he wants David Samusha to win because he said he wants to be the one to beat David. No. Listen, do you know what I mean? Do you see that the guy has a dream?
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I am so happy by organizing these events. There are goals for these people to train for. So that makes me really happy. You know, whenever I saw that, I was like, wow, Daniel, what I do there created a dream for Daniel.
Yes.
That is what I wanted to do from the beginning. Yeah.
So
let's go to
what you've achieved with East versus West is wonderful. Really is for all arm wrestlers.
We need to understand one thing, Neil. Whatever I did, first of all, we did all together. Like, imagine you are not announcing. Something is missing. There are very good announcers as well, but no disrespect to anyone, but you are the best in the business. You are not only like, I can find someone from Europe who can do announcers in a few languages and everything, maybe better than you, but
if it's a different languages, it's definitely better than me.
Not as an arm wrestler, because he will not know 1% of what you know about arm wrestling. You understand? So you are there, not doing a business. You are breathing arm wrestling. You are there. When you do the announcement, you are breathing like you are naturally. There is a table. There are pads there. Yeah, there hand pack. There is referee. He'll pick up. It's just like a part of it. If just bring the best guy from the UFC, the announcer. That guy will not belong there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say. So let's
Part
go.
of me wants to be up there with my elbow on the pad. Not going to lie.
Yeah,
Part of me wants to be the guy with my elbow on the pad. I do miss that. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go to Procoptu versus Douglas. You are a big Procoptu fan.
I'm a big fan of both these guys. Both these guys. I Doug Ehrlich. I've got a real affinity to as well. I really like Doug. He's a great lad. Talked to Doug a lot recently. A lot of time, a lot of respect for Doug. Doug proved me wrong, stronger than I thought. Wouldn't it be something if Doug Ehrlich could pull this off? I mean, who sees that coming? Because right now, Daniel at that weight class is. I mean, you don't see many guys that you think is going to beat that.
Yeah,
guy,
75 kilo, 75 kilo with left arm. He is the best.
Oh, left arm, Jesus.
Right arm. He is one
he's
of
human.
the best.
Yeah, he's human with the right.
Oh no! In 75 kilo again, something more than human. But whenever you come to the category that he's gonna pull now, 85, we can't consider him as the best.
Here's a question for you: do you think there is a heavier favorite on the card in the minds of the arm wrestling fans than Daniel Procoptu? Who do you think of all these matches walks into there with more people saying probably Daniel's going to get there? I reckon a lot of people in the arm wrestling hardcore will have huge belief in Daniel because of the fact that every time that you step to it, Daniel takes some beating at any level. That man is unbelievably strong. And I think that gives Doug huge motivation. I think Doug is working his ass off.
Yeah, he's as motivated as Linn.
Yes.
Brandon. And I will tell you something. Of course, I care the level of the athletes as well.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing excites me more than an arm wrestler that lives for that dream. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Like I see that with Douglas. I see that with Paul.
He's yeah.
I see that with Brandon. You understand? I see whenever I see, of course, some others as well. But there are some who are a little bit satisfied with their success.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some who have dreams to climb up. So people who need to climb up have more hunger. Linn is the title holder, but even he knows that he needs to do more. Like now he has Sasha, like incredible level of opponents.
Mm-hmm.
So Linn is the well-deserved champion of East versus West, but he still knows that he needs to prove more. And because of this, I see him incredibly motivated, incredibly. Did you see his back pictures?
Mate.
Whenever we post that, people says, this is not bodybuilding competition. My friend, it is not bodybuilding. If you put there a bodybuilder's back, then I would agree with you. But if Linn has that back, it doesn't mean he's gonna win. But it means that he is in some dangerous shape. If you see,
it shows you the work the man's been putting in.
If you see Devon Larratt in this shape, this big arm, bicep like this, you can say it's not about the size. But if you are thinking that if this guy is Devon with that size, it means something. Because that guy was already dangerous. If he is in that physical shape, that also gives, it doesn't mean he's gonna win. But it just shows that the guy is in a serious shape.
Yeah, he's in brutal condition. And as we've touched on it a couple of times tonight, I think there's a real desire amongst the lads that are coming over from the US, and they're working as a unit and they're putting in the hard hours. And I do believe that will be a trend that continues. Whether or not they get success here this time, I hope that they just keep buoyed by the effort, and enjoy what they're doing. And I'm really excited to see Doug have a crack. Doug has got mega confidence right now, mate. The lad is confident. I mean, he's really confident. And he's a big guy at the weight. He's a big man at that weight. And he was so impressive with Ray. So impressive, and Ray's no bum. Let me tell you now.
No, he's good, yeah. But the problem is, there are some guys that are highly intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
And when your opponent is very intelligent, then it also another, like, if he is not all about the power, Daniel is a doctor. He's an orthopedic surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
This guy. That guy, very smart guy. Just watch his videos about how to train or something.
Brilliant.
He still needs to learn some things, but you can see that there are not many people who are understanding arm wrestling by themselves and progressing. I have been watching Daniel and his
He's been
videos.
isolated. He's in Moldova.
This is one of those guys that figured out about arm wrestling by himself. Those people are dangerous people. You understand? But there are other people dangerous, but they learn from others. Nothing is better than what you figure out. If you can do that everything by yourself, especially if you are highly smart.
Yeah, the power of original thought is a dangerous concept. If somebody can come in and reinvent themselves in their own manner, around their own strengths, arm wrestling your way is everything. It's critically important. It's a great matchup, this one. It's one that I'm emotionally invested. You know how much of a fan of Daniel I am and how I've always been. I'm excited to see if Doug's belief is contagious. Because Doug Ehrlich is coming to win. The man is coming to win.
Yes.
There is no doubt in that lad's mind.
That's dangerous factor. Someone who is that confident, that focused, and doesn't accept anything else, it doesn't mean he's going to win. But for sure, it means he's going to bring 100%.
Oh, my God, he is going to bring it.
Yeah.
I speak to Doug when there's not, just chatting to him on WhatsApp or whatever, and that lad believes in himself. He's got every right to. He's very, very strong. He's a bigger man. He hasn't read, Daniel's script. He doesn't know that Daniel thinks that he's going to be the power guy. Doug thinks that he can be the man who initiates. He thinks he's the man with the top end strength advantage. This is a man that the other day I saw a picture. He was deadlifting 316 kilograms. Now, does that correlate to arm wrestling? Not at all. But what it does say is Doug Ehrlich at 82 kilo body weight. I mean,
316 kilo?
Yes, I know.
Not pounds.
Wow.
Kilo.
No, kilos. I mean.
Okay. Some people will say that it doesn't make you champion, but it only gives you an idea that how strong as a person the guy
exactly.
is.
It's like you were just saying about Paul Linn and his back. It's the same soup warmed over. What it tells you is that the man is brutally strong right now. And it's not like he doesn't know how to arm wrestle. So you do wonder what he's bringing in. You wonder what we're going to see from Doug. The last time Doug showed up and was pulling Ray, I had Ray as a favorite. I thought Ray would be able to pull him into a trench war, bleed him out, and win that match. No personal feeling against Doug.
Now
Douglas is unbiased. That's what I thought. Stronger. Doug believes he's way stronger. Doug believes that he is coming in and can do something with Daniel. Wouldn't that be something? If Doug can come in here and can win this match, what an opportunity for Doug that is. I mean, what an opportunity. He leaves Turkey with a very, very different reputation if he can get something against this guy. Because Daniel Procoptu is no
I said the matches. The rest is up to the athletes. And even out of 5-6 matches, if one or two underdog wins and surprise the world, then still, it is a big day for arm wrestling.
Mate, it's so much more than that, though. The excitement of this thing. Let's say, right, hypothetically, that on any given Saturday, we all tune in to watch an East versus West event and every match is a run over. Who gives a shit? Really? The match potential is half the battle. It's not even just the day itself. It's this. Because I don't know about anybody else in the chat, but I'm buzzing my tits off. I am absolutely excited as hell about this thing. I can't wait. I've got a semi on. I'm in England. We're 3 weeks out, and it's not. And I'm buzzing now. I'm figuring on starting swimming.
Neil, that is why you are coming to Istanbul, not for business. I am sure, 100% sure that you would like to be there, even if you are not announcing.
Oh, 100% I would.
Yeah.
Pouring your ass off in reception, talking.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. See, whenever I see you now, how excited you are, it motivates me.
Yeah, because it's quality.
Yeah. Because I see those some like hateful comments trying to discourage me, things like that. And I'm like sometimes like, why am I doing this? You understand? Because I wanted to really, really help the sport, help the athletes, help everything, And then whenever I see those people, some people are sending here to write all this. And then I'm like sometimes discouraged. And then I look at the message that John Brzenk writing all those positive things. When Devon is saying, when you are saying, and all those true fans, when they are supportive, now whenever I see your excitement now,
can't wait.
Yeah, it's just like, it's enough for me. It's enough for me.
On the day itself, when you're at mega events, because whenever you get at a quality arm wrestling event like that, all the fans of the sport know that feeling when you wake up and you want the thing to start. You can't eat your breakfast. I'm not even arm wrestling. I can't eat my breakfast. I just want to go downstairs. And let me tell you, I ain't shy of eating. I didn't get this physique through not eating. But the day of East versus West, I don't want to eat anything. I just want to go and let's get it done. Let's get this party started. Let's have it. And that's what it's about. And the whole thing from when I land on Thursday to when I go home on Sunday, I am going to be ready to go. I can't wait. Let's go.
I love that, Neil. I love that. The healing is incredible. I don't know how to read NUK1 or NWUK1.
Yeah, NWUK1. He's always in the chats. Top dude.
Thank you for your super chat. Gents don't get to catch Engin on a live too often. So just saying thanks and showing my support. Engin want you to know that you and the work you do with East versus West are really appreciated. I'm a big fan. Thanks. My friend, trust me, if I still continue this, like people in the chat that support and some other people who are supportive, trust me, only because of that I continue. Thank you very much. And let's go to another one. Where did we? So let's go. We did Rabij and Zurab, Doug versus Procoptu and Adam Bacho, and let's go to do Alijan versus Cody Merritt. Alijan, 95 kilo, just say maximum 100 kilo. But this guy, we saw against Petrenko. Petrenko was 10 kilo heavier than him. And we saw Petrenko beating Darikan in 2019 Zloty Tour. Of course, Darikan is now also stronger, but Petrenko is 10 kilo heavier and he's also stronger. And 95 kilo Alijan winning the WAF Wars. And so not many people can pull against him in his own weight category. It needs to be a title match. Of course, it's going to be because the guy, but 95 kilo, probably him versus Artem Tainov would be a good one.
Yes.
Yeah. Really Artem Tainov, if you remember, beat Sasha at the 2021 World.
Artem Tainov is a guy that I know has come into East versus West under different circumstances, and I think people will love him. Those fans of the sport that aren't familiar with Tainov.
I want to set 95 kilo title match between Alijan Muradov and Artem Tainov in July.
Book my ticket. Let's go. Oh my God. That's an amazing matchup.
Neil, see, we are doing everything for our dreams, Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah.
Match.
Yeah.
Let me tell you now, Alijan is unbelievably impressive athlete. So impressive that I believe that he is a heavy favorite in this match. And that is not to take anything away from Cody. Cody's a very proficient puller. He's a giant. And he's one of the loveliest guys in the sport and extremely experienced. And time again, Cody stepped up there and he's proved people wrong. And he's got very impressive results at WAF, at tournaments all around the world. This guy is no joke. But the fact that I see Alijan as such a heavy favourite underlines how much I rate that guy. I think Morozov is unbelievably dangerous. I think his speed and dynamism is off the charts. And his ability to go first, to react first, is the difference maker in this match, as I see it. If I was in Cody Merritt's corner, I'd be telling him, and I would tell him right now, do everything in your power to stop this match before it starts. Almost go out of character. Cody's like the fairest, most lovely guy in the world. But I kind of think that he's got to try and be the big bully in this match and literally try and take everything before the start.
He better be.
Well, exactly that. Because I'll tell you what, if he lets this kid
he asked me what's my opinion. Whenever I asked about this offer, and he said, like, you don't have much to gain, you have a lot to lose.
Yeah, don't let Alijan hit you. If this guy hits you, it's like getting cracked on the top lip with a ball peen hammer. You just do not want this guy to hit first. And I do worry for the outcome in that respect, particularly as we know that Merritt's had issues with his arm before. He had damage in his left arm with the Topi match. I think he had some issues following that. Hopefully he's 100% fit. Alijan is a brutal hitter, unbelievably venomous hitter. And I think that Cody Merritt's got to get his bully shoes on and try and make this thing stop before it starts. He's got to use the size, make himself awkward, make himself difficult to reach. If he can do that, maybe there's something there. But I've got Alijan as a heavy favourite.
Heavy favourite?
Alijan, in my opinion, is a heavy favourite in this match.
Heavy favourite. Yes. I understand, but you are saying heavy favourite.
I believe so, yeah. I think the difference maker is the dynamism off the start. I think that guy hits so hard, so furiously, that it is a big.
Yeah, but will his wrist handle the pronator and back pressure of Cody?
We're about to find out. It's the size that gives Cody Merritt the opportunity, and we're talking about a true giant here. He's a huge guy. Maybe if he can bully the match and he can make it so that he can expose the hand and wrist, then he's got something. I don't know whether he can. I think Cody's got to be a little out of character. I think he's got to boss the thing, bully it, be awkward, be horrible. Take a leaf out of Devon Larratt's book and win everything. Really go for it in the setup. Try to make yourself awkward. Try to make yourself elusive. Don't let Alijan find a position where he's comfortable. I hope he does that, you know. I think that Alijan will be fury out of the blocks. I really do.
I'm not sure. If his wrist handles the back pressure of Cody, then possible. If his wrist just, whenever he hits that sideway, and if his wrist gets bended, then I don't know. I see that the possibility.
You know, the interesting thing though, Engin, with Alijan, I figure like he's one of these guys that when you think there's no more, he's got more.
Oh, it depends on position. Yeah, I saw that. The way that he hit sideways, he couldn't finish, and he went to the shoulder pressure, he went to deep hook, and then he went open arm top roll. You know, like the guy is just fighting there. I mean, like you cannot say that, like you put this guy in this position and he's gonna lose. But we didn't see him when his wrist is bent back.
And not with a guy that big. This is a giant. Cody Merritt's a giant.
Yeah.
And that's why Cody has a shot. Yeah. Cody has a shot. I mean, he has a shot, but to me, it's a slimmer shot. You know what I mean? I do think Alijan right now.
We will see. I hope that people, whenever I talk, that like Eastern guy has not favorite, but has chance that people say, oh, you hate these Western guys. Now I try to balance with for Cody and people. I hope
I'm
they're
doing
not
a
gonna
bad
say,
job here, then, aren't I? Everybody's going to think
the Kazakh
I hate
guys.
all the bloody West as well. I haven't given
you-
anyone as a favorite yet from US.
You hate the Kazakh guys. That's why you're trying to make Cody. You know? People are just like, okay, whatever. Let's go to the next one. Arif versus Zaranov. Look at the match.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Guys, I cannot put it to the gallery mode when there are two people. It says that there needs to be only minimum 3. With my phone, it says that way. And so we tried it, but it doesn't work. Okay, go ahead.
This is a fascinating match. Wow. This is one of those that I see so much. This is like the how I closed down the whole Morozov Cody Merritt match, and I think
Neil, you can see
this is
this
the other
match
way.
going on your mind. Now, I say Zaranov and Arif, in your mind, you can picture
It's like a
this man
maelstrom
going
opportunity.
every direction. Arif is flashing him,
Oh
or
my God.
this Zaranov is just jumping and stopping him a hook, or Arif is going in the strap halfway on the strap. The Zaranov with back pressure stop him. You can see all these possibilities, but you just don't know which one is going to happen.
Exactly that. Wow, I'm struggling with this one. This is, I don't know which way to go. If I was bloody hell, I would give top end strength advantage to Zaranov. I would give dynamism, home crowd advantage, absolutely indelible spirit, desire to win. I mean, how can you go against Arif for that? I mean, the guy he's lit. Ooh, slight favorite, probably Arif. Wow. If the thing stops and turns into a grinder, I go with Zaranov.
But does it also depend, what position it stops?
Big time. Like big time, yeah.
Yeah, if he's halfway losing and lost his wrist or something, then
if Zaranov's lost his wrist, I think it's over. For me, I think Arif is a lot better than people think.
Yeah.
A lot more dangerous than people think.
Arif flashed Gennady at the European some years ago.
Yeah, I've got Arif as a slight favorite based on that unbelievable ability to just blast off the start, and he's got better technical range than people think. He's got unbelievable aggression and desire. He's slightly underpowered compared with Zaranov, in my opinion. I'd say Zaranov's like he's probably 60-40 in favor of Zaranov for top end, position for position. But I still think Arif might have enough to get the job done. And I think the venom off the starts will be a big thing. God, that's a tough match to call, though.
Okay, I understand. Basically, you are saying that Arif has chance to flash pin the Zaranov, but the Zaranov, because of having more horsepower, if somehow he stops the match in a balanced position, then he may outlast Arif and win. This is basically what you are saying.
Yeah. And I think both have the top end because of the fact that, just to crystallize a little bit more, I think because of the fact that Arif has so much ferocity on his hits, there's a danger there, that he could overcommit on one of them and put himself in a bad spot. He almost needs to be a little measured. But he's good enough that if he gets that control and he gets a chink of daylight to find what he wants, that he could make this a convincing win. Because Arif is dangerous. Very better than people think.
All of these guys that we are mentioning on this card are dangerous for their own ways.
Yes.
Let's go to the next one. Vitali Larratt versus Tobias.
I got the Latin as a favourite.
Mm-hmm.
I have, however, a lot of belief in the hand and wrist of Sprong and the explosivity and the evolving force that is Tobias. I think
How do you see Larratt in technical way? How do you see Larratt beating Tobias, like top roll in his wrist?
yes,
Or the side pressure?
I think
like
he'll
that
make
pressure
himself very, very difficult to oh, you beauty. I feel like Devon. I've just got boom.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep,
going, she's looking after me. Looking at, she knows I've got to go out, you see. And she
Yeah.
knew that my mate Engin would keep me on the phone for the rest of that.
When you are talking, I do something similar, you know.
Lovely darts. So
Yeah.
basically, I think that the height advantage, the leverage advantage that Vitali has got gives him a real weapon and an opportunity to make himself very difficult to grab hold of. I think the more proficient arm wrestler, left-handed, is actually Tobias, pound per pound, or frame per frame, if you will.
So you are saying that Larratt is gonna top roll Tobias' wrist?
I think he'll try to make himself really hard to reach, and I think he'll believe that Tobias might open himself up by being too aggressive. That's an interesting dynamic for me because Tobias Sprong is so very, very quick off the start that it can go two ways. He can either overcommit and overextend himself, or he can blast into a really dominant position and make this look like a pretty solid victory. Tobias Sprong's very much alive in this match.
When Larratt is just dropping his hands, you know, like this and pulling the strap, and the high posting typo, you know, Tobias, and then Larratt's low hand. I don't know if he's gonna go that way as he usually does. Is there any way that somehow Tobias do something to Larratt's wrist?
Yeah, if I was in Tobias's corner, I would tell him if he likes to pull with his knuckles up, I would definitely pull knuckles high and believe in the drive off the shoulder. Keep your knuckles really high. If Vitali starts to go for the low hand pistol grip, I think that if Tobias keeps his knuckles really high and can blast hard to the side, then he's got a potential in this match. I think he's got enough top end strength on that left arm to separate Vitali and open him out a little. And that's probably what you saw in your match, in your mind. I don't know, but I do think Tobias Sprong is
I really do not know the strength level. Strength level, I just can't. But technically, I see Tobias having good chance. But you know, it doesn't matter.
Tobias is better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Left arm. Tobias is the better left-hander. Vitali is just an awkward giant.
Vitali is much stronger than. I mean, it doesn't matter how technical, like, and stylistically, I see that Tobias in better position. But I really don't know. Guys, by the way, 85% of those trading cards have been sold. So because I repeat this, because last time after the event, I'm not extremely minimum 100 people asked me if I have anything left. So I just say now, because we are how many? Like a little bit more than 3 weeks away, 23 days away. So don't be late because you will not find more than what it is. There are also signed T-shirts and there are also signed posters. This is from East versus West 5, and this one, next one will be the same. You know, Atlas will sign. Okay, let's go to the next one. Linn versus Sasha, Andreeva.
Oh, I mean,
first question. If you were Linn,
yeah,
where would you attack? I have my own answer, but I want to ask you.
My personal opinion would be that I wouldn't go out. Like I said to Rob earlier on, I wouldn't be looking to go too far out.
Yeah,
I think he needs to remain balanced. If he tries to go too outside with this guy,
that's suicide. That's suicide to try to topple the guy.
Yes, that's the answer to that question. I think there's a halfway house here where if I was Paul, using the explosivity that he's got, which is definitely higher than that of his opponent, hitting for position is key. I wouldn't try and make this about power. I'd make it about hitting for position, and then with your second attack, I would go for the kill off that. I see Paul as an underdog. I think he's pulling, in my opinion, this guy comes in on his best day. Sasha is arguably the best guy in the world at that weight class on any given day. He is a very, very hard man to overcome. The guy is extraordinarily unorthodox. He's also got quite weird timing. He doesn't arm wrestle in an orthodox manner either positionally or from a timing perspective. He's hard to time. He's hard to you can't time this guy's breathing and attack in a normal way. It's very difficult to overcome an opponent like that. Hence, we've seen him create problems for truly exceptional arm wrestlers. How many times have we seen Yevgeny Prudnik, who is as good as it gets technically, fall victim to this guy? So this is a match that Paul can win, but a match that he is going into as an underdog, in my opinion. I have no doubt in my mind that the guy that we see out there will be the best version of Paul we've ever seen.
Yes.
And I think he is motivated to an extraordinary level for this match. Listening to Paul talk when he's been on the fix, and you don't meet many guys that are straighter than Paul, the guy's arrow. He's coming into this thing feeling like this is the opportunity. This is the coming out party. This is the one where, nobody can say anything against it because of the fact that he's pulling a guy who, as far as we know, is coming in 100% fit. He's an absolutely lethal force at the weight class. So if Paul can sweep it, very much like we said about Doug Ehrlich, that it's undeniable. And I wish Paul the very best of luck in that endeavor. There's no, if you were going to throw a man into that situation, who better than Paul Linn? You know what I mean? The guy is up for it, mate.
Yeah. There is one guy is asking how is Tobias is better left-hander while Vitali has won WAF's Zloty. My friend, we didn't say when you win an arm wrestling match, you don't have to be technically the best. You can be strong, and you can. And we are not saying Vitali is not good technically. Vitali is a technical master. We are just saying when we compare these two guys stylistically, then we think that the other one's style in such matchup looks better. But the last word is said by the power, my friend. Not like you can be a technical master, someone who doesn't even know arm wrestling, he can just hold you and crush it. It doesn't make him a better arm wrestling in a technical way. I think the thing that we expressed and what you understood, not the same thing, Neil pickups 3 inches chest rep. Engin, can you tell what countries are buying the most pay-per-views or most merchandise? My friend, about the pay-per-view, and I don't do that. It is Coresports. I only know the final numbers for sure. And the most merchandise, we need to check it because I don't send them. We have someone who is sending them from the website. I need to really go and check from which country how many are sold. Thank you for your super chat. Yeah, and let's go to another one.
Who's next up, mate?
Irakli. Before that one, let's go Dave Chaffee versus Revas.
Ooh, I'm going to go with Dave Chaffee
because of his incredible side pressure.
Yeah, pretty much. And the unorthodox style and the fact that I'm going with Dave. The fact that he's evolving a little. That said, this is a great win if Dave can pull it off, because whilst Revas might not be the biggest name in the super heavyweight division, he's very much a dark horse. He's very, very, very strong, very, very difficult to beat, extraordinarily committed. It'll take everything Dave's got to win. If there's a big chance for Revas, for me, it's on endurance. I think Dave is still susceptible there. I think he can gas out. And I think that Revas is big enough to meet him head on in a lot of areas. And will try to outlast him. This is a much closer match than my optimism for Dave perhaps suggests. I think it's very close to 50-50.
Yeah. People who has seen Revas recently, they are amazed about the shape that Revas in right now.
He's changed a great deal, has he?
Yeah, they said he's in incredible shape.
Wow.
They say he's in incredible shape, yeah. But from other
That could be
side, we know that Dave Chaffee had pulled non-stop, and he never really recovered. Last year he pulled again. Of course, there was also pulled 3 events, but I think that Dave Chaffee now is fully recovered. He will come there very fresh. And same for Revas, because his last event was the same event that Dave Chaffee pulled, because he missed the January event. So I am expecting, how do you call that, Clash of Titans?
Yeah, I think this is one of the better matches on the card, Engin, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In terms of matching styles and levels, I think you've done a great job with this one. I think it's one of the matches that's probably been overlooked by a lot of people. And yet in true East versus West fashion, it's a friggin' slayer of a match.
My friend, if it was up to me, I can set 25 matches. Most likely I cannot cover the event. But
yeah, I know you would as well. In fact, I'm going to say, if it was up to you, you'd set 50 matches and go bankrupt. That's probably what you'd do.
There may be times that I will lose some money and still continue, because I mean, by the way, like, it looks like 11, 5 match less than last event, but this is more expensive, because every event athletes, also slowly gets more and more. This is how it should be. Okay, then let's go to Irakli, Zrekashvili, Idirgali, Ongarbaev.
Right, let me just say, let's not be silly. What a match, Engin! What a match!
What do you think?
I
will tell you something. Most of the people think that Ongarbaev is slightly favorite. My opinion, Ongarbaev has more control, while Irakli has more horsepower.
I would agree with that statement.
And John is thinking it's a very close match, but he gives the edge slightly to Idirgali.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
How do you see this one?
I see the versatility of Idirgali being his biggest weapon. I see explosivity of Irakli being his biggest weapon. Mm-hmm. I know that everybody was very impressed, including myself, with Irakli's last performance against John, with his dogged determination to gut that thing out. But that was down to the youthful enthusiasm of the younger man and the ability.
Is that mine or his? No, it was okay already for me, but I think it continues showing that until I start talking. Yeah. Anyway, so till Neil comes back, shortly, we can continue talking. So, yes, I blocked Neil as well. Yeah. Yes, I am back. Yeah, I have been here anyways. Any questions for Engin? Anyways. Yeah. Neil is back.
Sorry, Engin, what happened there? 1 minute I was here, then all of a sudden I'd travelled back in time 9 weeks, filmed 2 episodes of Arm Wars, and fixed about half the matches.
Looks like you're freezing again.
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
Just for like last 10 minutes, use your own internet.
Must be knackered. Let me try and turn something.
I mean, East versus West.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, but you look
Frozen.
I don't know. Yeah, your hands in the air like this. Yeah, Ivan Matushenko. I think I already set a match for you, Ivan Matushenko, next event, but
Let's have a look.
yeah. So I don't know what's wrong with your video, but
I can hear you clearly.
yeah.
I just can't see you.
You cannot see me?
No.
Oh, now I see you. Also.
Now I see you.
Okay, so we see each other. Okay, let's go with Irakli and Ongarbaev.
Okay, I was just going off on one just before I flipped out there. Don't know what happened. I think that Ongarbaev, his biggest weapon is the versatility. The technical dynamism is his biggest weapon. I think that the opportunity for Irakli to gut it out and outlast him, I don't see that being an option. I think Zurikashvili's biggest weapon here is explosivity and trying to finish the thing early. For me, the longer the match goes, the more it favors Kirigali. That's my honest opinion. I would say that, can I just say, great comment there from Adam Repper, where he's put, Neil is stealing his neighbour's Wi-Fi.
What's that?
Cheers, buddy. I love it. Absolute class. Some of the comments are awesome, mate. So the match balance for me, I think it's in favour of Kirigali. I think Kirigali's a slight favourite. I think there is a huge threat off the starts from Irakli. I think he's strong enough and explosive enough to finish the thing, but I think he needs to. I think if it stops and turns into any kind of dogfight, I go with Kirigali.
Okay. What are you thinking, Jersey? What do you think?
I think that, like John also thought that, like he's more, I'll say, with more horsepower. You remember he brought John, like he stretched him like till here, the round one,
Yeah.
And then from there, John, I think that John said that, he needs to just be aggressive and put him out of position and win. And John is thinking that the longer it will be, better it will be for Kirigali. So I also think that Irakli has more horsepower generally, especially fresh. But Kirigali has more controlling ability. So we will see, like I think Irakli needs to dominate Kirigali.
I do. I think he needs to bully him and he needs to finish.
Yeah, he needs to do that.
He needs to put the match away. If the match turns into a long, drawn-out technical battle, I think Kirigali is a very hard man to beat in that kind of scenario.
And you have $1,000 somebody gave you only for betting.
Where would I put it? Irakli.
Yeah, Irakli. Okay. And let's go to the most important match for the community.
Okay,
And
so I think a lot of people will be really divided on this. I think that you've got, this is the classic East versus West, isn't it? This is the guy where you've got the ultra popular arm wrestler. You either love him or you hate him, but ultra popular in the main, Devon Larratt. Incredibly technical, well-rounded. We know that his level is right there, and we know that he's evolving. Nobody works harder. He is clearly being matched in that respect by Gennady. You only have to look at Gennady's body shape, his size, what he's doing, to understand that the man is working extremely hard. And I think we're going to see that from everybody who faces Devon going forward. You're going to see the very best of them. What's interesting to me is
biggest opportunity of their lives.
Biggest. And particularly for someone as proud and as thoughtful, diligent. A lot of people see this guy as naturally aggressive. They see Gennady, and because of how he conducts himself in certain situations, they think he's this naturally aggressive guy. Not really. He's got an aggression about him, sure. I think that he needs to make sure that he is appreciative of the level of danger that Devon presents throughout the match, from round one to the final whistle. Because one thing we can absolutely guarantee is that Devon will fight for every millimeter up there. And it will start the moment his foot touches the floor in Istanbul. I think Devon right now, from what I have seen, is going to be a very, very hard man to beat. Because it comes back to what we were saying earlier on. How quickly you can finish an athlete is critically important. Gennady's got incredible versatility, but is he strong enough to finish Devon quick? Let's light up the chat now. How many people in there believe that Gennady Quickvinya can finish Devon quick? How many of you think? If you think he can, yes.
Can I ask something? If there is no one in any poll on social media can win against Devon, including Levan, that we saw that he was underdog against Devon. So I am sure that even people who knows arm wrestling, they will think as you do. But you are not gonna get a result that is gonna be against Devon's favor.
Well, the other thing is that I think that Gennady Quickvinya will also believe that, and will take a lot of confidence from the fact that he's faced King's movers before. But let's make no mistake about it. The King's move that he will see from Devon is extremely different in style and execution to what he faced with Michael. Potentially less explosive.
Of course. He dominated Michael's hand. I don't think that will be the case against Devon.
No.
But I will also remind the same thing that I also asked John. And then when the only possibility that I see, you remember round one when John and Devon pulled in Dubai, and then he came very close to the impact.
Yeah.
And Devon personally told me that he felt that there was like 1 or 2 seconds that John could finish him if he did the transition to the deadlift shoulder pressure.
Yeah.
So what I'm just saying,
that threat is there.
Devon is now, I believe, much stronger than that time.
Yeah.
But
Gennady is much stronger than John.
Much stronger than that John as well. No disrespect. John is now incredible, but I can say limited to 105, 115 kilo, not the elite super heavyweight, no disrespect. But Gennady, what Devon suggested, Gennady is one of the best at it, that when somebody is dead. You remember when Ferit was trying to do the same thing, and then he was just hitting forward. Merritt's that move is not like at the level of Devon, most likely that move.
Mhm.
But what we will see will be a Gennady that we have never seen before. This is what he also said. And
I
as
think
you
we're
said,
seeing
that
it now.
this
you
is
know?
this is the biggest opportunity. And whenever we say that, we will see the best Gennady, many of the Devon's fans will say, "Oh, Engel wants Devon to lose or something." They have no idea. I and Devon are very close. We almost like a few days we chat on, video chat and everything. But this is a respect for Devon that Gennady is coming there
Mhm.
with the shape that he has never been.
Oh yeah.
That means that how important he sees this match and how much credit he gives to his opponent, how dangerous. Otherwise, he would come in a shape that he has been coming. This is what he is saying, and this is what we are guessing as well. So I am not expecting an easy match for Devon.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think Devon is.
No,
I think
Devon is
Devon
not either.
is. We
And yes,
originally set this match up in the WAL pre-pandemic, same as the Jerry Cad match, and at that time we believed that it was a nailed-on war. And speaking to Devon at that time, he has massive respect for and was very appreciative of the versatile threat that Gennady Quickfina represents. The way I see the match, I think it does turn into a dogfight at some point. And I think in that scenario, Devon is the favourite. Again, I'd give Devon 55% to 45, maybe 60-40 over the duration. I believe it turns into a dogfight. And I believe that in that scenario, Devon is going to be very, very tough to beat. That's what I believe. So I'm going Devon. I think that it will not be an easy win.
No. Yeah, as you said that, but Gennady somehow believes in his endurance as well. He also asked me, when did you see me and when I am in an evenly match and gassed out? He says. So he claims that his endurance is as good as Devon's, but he believes that he's also stronger, more horsepower than Devon. So we will see. There is a super chat NWUK1. My main concern with Devon is the jump back up to super heavy too quick. Engin, will the Dennis match still be on if Devon loses? Yes, my friend, yes, the match is set. And I don't think that he just jumped back to super heavyweight too quick, my friend. Even he made 253, he was like, he came from 265, and then even the next day for the match, he was again 265. Right now, all he did is just gonna put 15 pounds on, and he doesn't really need to do 6 months of preparation. I don't think that like Devon is like, he proved that he's too much for heavyweight. He proved he is too much for heavyweight, and I don't think that those heavyweight guys are like miles behind the super heavyweights. There are like, if you talk about some like Levan and this and that, but I'm just saying that Devon is too much for heavyweight, and he was already in between heavyweight and super heavyweight. So all he needs to do, put some like weight on and gain 10% if possible, and then he's right there. I don't think that he will have guys. The guy knows what he's doing for sure, and for sure he knows it. If Devon knows what he's doing, trust me, not many people knows. The guy knows himself. Thank you for your super chat. And yeah, whenever I talk in the favor of Devon, then I hope people will not think that I hate the East guys this time. I need to make sure that so nobody will find opportunity.
This is in some respects one of the most exciting matches you could possibly put Devon in.
Yeah.
And why is just because the character of Gennady Quickvinia. I love the character of the guy at the table. If we see a situation emerge where it's a battle of wills and spirits up there, I think Gennady Quickvinia is going to just try and meet it head on. And those people who are familiar with Quickvinia, his career throughout, will know that some of his most entertaining, best moments, when we've really seen him rise to the occasion, is when he's been in the degree of adversity in a match, gets the blood up, and goes crazy. That's led to some super impressive performances, and I think that we might. I think this is a fitting main event, and I think this is good. The place is going to ignite off the back of this. I really do. I think it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, but again, last time was 16 matches. When it came to Jerry Kaderat versus Georgi Svetko match, like the all adrenaline was gone because the event was so exciting. Then when this match happened, if you would put that match as like middle of somewhere in the event, you would get crazy. But we were just looking like this to that match, even though how exciting it was. So I think that it is good that we do 11 matches so that we will have something.
I agree. I think everybody will be supercharged, mate. I think it'll still be revved. I think there'll be a lot of arm wrestlers out there, obviously more than usual because we got the qualifier that's taking.
Yeah. You know that, right? Same morning there will be qualification. How many coming from England or
I think
UK?
About 6, something like that.
Total of 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And another thing that I want to say, did you see the nickname of Gennady?
Of what? His nickname?
No, they now in the chat they made a nickname. Gennady Quickvinia.
Quickvinia. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he needs to do at least.
Quickvinia. Love it.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's finish it. And another thing, last I ask, what do you think about Morozov and his improvements?
Yeah,
do you
the guy's
take him
going through the roof, isn't he?
Do you take him seriously?
Oh yeah.
People doesn't take him seriously, but the guy is like, I don't know if it is the time, July 29th, that time or this time, this guy is coming there. I ask him.
I mean, what do they mean? They don't take him seriously. I mean, how can anybody? You take him seriously if you had to peel him off your wife. Tell you what, that is a big, strong, but I mean, physically imposing individual. That, and he's young, and he's progressing, and he can really pull. I mean, my God, what's not to be taken seriously? Everything about that guy is a threat. I think he's going to evolve more as time goes on. Yeah. He's I mean, his performance against Dave. Wow.
What's today? Today? April what? Middle of April. The guy has 3.5 months. 3.5 months. I can't remember. He has 3.5 months.
And what's his weight now?
Under 40.
Whoa.
He plans to be 145. And this guy doesn't look fat at all.
I saw some pictures of him the other day. Could have been on Concrete Elbow or one of those channels. Check out Concrete Elbow if you've not already. And he looked immoral. I mean, he was stood. I think he was just chilling out. He'd gone watching one of his friends compete in something, maybe a bodybuilding show or something like that. It was, and wow, he looked colossal, conditioned. Exciting prospect. I take him very seriously. I've said for a while that guy is a force.
Do you give him any possibility at all against Levan?
Oh yeah, of course he's got a shot. He's got a shot. Anything can happen. I've got obviously Levan's a favorite. I think Levan takes. Yeah, Levan's the favorite. But
and I think Levan is gonna come there better than he was against Hermes because the guy was just so relaxed. He was not feeling threatened. Now the guy is just. Somebody really needs to push your limits so that you feel like, okay, I need to improve more.
It's a strange scenario, isn't it? We always, everybody prays for the downfall of the guy at the top. Everybody prays for that guy to lose. I think Levan's great. I love the dude. I think he's fantastic. He's a
Yeah.
really, really lovely guy.
Yeah.
He's giant. He can really pull.
Yeah.
That match with Hermes was bloody incredibly entertaining. You know, I hope that Levan comes in good shape, mentally and physically. I hope the pressure isn't starting to annoy him, and I hope also the motivation's still there, because it's always easier to be the hunter than the hunted. You know, I always think that that's a scenario that people perhaps don't consider. I mean, when Levan said that he doesn't want to lose a pin and he doesn't want to lose this and he doesn't want to lose that back in the day, people mocked him for it. That's an incredible thing to put out there, just because if you are dominant, keeping the motivation, if you're a dominant champion, is one of the biggest challenges.
Yeah.
What gets you to the gym.
Now the wolf's tooth touched the blood. They saw that the king is possible to bleed.
Oh yeah. And will that give people thought? Will that give people thoughts that, he did it, I can do it? Yes, it will.
Yeah.
I think perhaps the more important question is, does it expose any mental frailty in Levan himself? Deep down in the quiet moments, does he question himself? Does he think, wait a minute, there's something I need to address there? If he does,
he's more motivated. He says he is more motivated because
good on him.
He really needed to be shaken.
Good on him.
Yeah. And SG record says Morozov is 100% worthy. And the very last question, Alexei Voivoda's return against John Brzenk.
Yeah.
What do you think that this guy is returning? And you are the one who announced all those matches in the legendary 2004 Zloty Tour.
Yeah.
And I was the one who started the idea of Dream Team on Northeast message board.
Correct.
And then we gathered the team. And then even at that time, it was in me. The East versus West was in me, because they never did go to Zloty. And on the Northeast message board, how about sending a dream team? How about making, and then I remember Matt Garner, Travis Pageant, Rambeck, John Brzenk, and Christopher Myers, Mike Selaris, Chet Silvers. I remember, I don't know if I'm missing anyone, but
did you get Todd Zilla? He was there as well, wasn't he, that year?
2005 events.
Did he not go for? Okay.
Yeah, following year.
Yeah, the match between John and Alexei, I actually refereed that,
Oh, you were the referee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
I read that much.
So you were the one, and now 19 years later, exactly 19 years later, these guys, I mean, for me, this is not to find out the best guy in the world, but from the historical perspective, this is one of the most important matches in the history. And Alexei Voivoda is coming, and John Brzenk, he is not at his super best form, but the guy, if he's rested, if he's healed up, if he's not ill, COVID or something, people doesn't know that he had COVID. I'm not going to say when. That's why the breathing problem is bad with him. But this guy is still very dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
How do you see this match?
I actually think John's the favorite.
Wow.
Yeah. Even though Alexei is a much younger man and an absolute athlete, I think the level of activity that John has had is massively in his favor. I'm talking real match experience. Again, the environment, the familiarity with the environment, I think, is in favor of John. Obviously, you would have to think that athleticism at this time, probably natural strength, would go with Alexei. He's a much bigger man.
And younger.
And much younger. I do believe that from an arm wrestling perspective, John is the better arm wrestler. Doesn't matter who you put him against. My other question is the level of motivation from both men. And I think John is probably more embedded within the game right now, and it's more a part of him. Alexei has always loved the sport of arm wrestling quite clearly, but he's a man with so many talents, such athleticism, such a diverse field of opportunity. I mean, where do you believe his motivation's at for this thing? Do you believe we're going to see, is this just a one-off and done? Or are we going to see him throw himself back into that? I mean, what is he, like 41, 42 years old? Something like that? Not.
I think a little bit more than, I think he was 24 around that time, like 2004 or something.
If I was a guessing man, I would say he's like 41, 42, but don't quote me.
Yeah, maybe 43, yeah.
But way younger, an absolute athlete in every sense of the word. I mean, when that guy was weighing like
also very good arm wrestler.
Oh,
very good arm
great
wrestler.
puller.
Hand control and everything, yeah.
Great arm wrestler. Very, very. He's also a highly intelligent lad. He really considers everything. His approach to the sport, to any athletic discipline, is really diligent. He's a very proud guy. He's very experienced.
Yeah.
And I do think that if he comes in and commits to the sport again, I think he can really do something again. I think he's an exceptional individual.
Neil, just remember, this guy returned, lost against Tim Brezhnev.
Yeah.
You can be sure that this guy will do his best to same thing to not to happen again.
Have you had any private conversations with him, Engin, yet?
I mean, of course, that's how we made the agreement, but I don't really deeply go there. I don't really, because we talk through translation. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't really go there. I don't want to like so much involve. Like,
do you feel like he could be here for the foreseeable future, or do you feel like he's coming to?
Yes. The guy is coming to make a comeback, but he wants to do step by step. He doesn't want to. There is a good suggestion. People says that how about 19 years later, again Neil pick up reps that match.
I'll be wearing I'll be wearing a few caps that night. Okay, I'll be wearing a few caps.
The announcer, the commentator, the referee. How about, as I said, the match you do, you break the world record. You start with the super match yourself, a legend category match. Yeah. You do the first match, arm wrestling. After first match, you continue the announcement, and then you continue announcement and the commentating, and then when the last match comes, you're like
referee.
Now referee.
Yeah. No, I would love to watch the thing. I would love to be up in the commentary booth, maybe myself and Trav, and we'll run through it. And yeah, I think that will be awesome.
Okay, let's finish. It is like if I continue, I can open subjects to make it 4 hours. But
don't you? My missus will divorce me. I'm like an hour and 5 minutes late now.
Yeah.
Literally.
This is what people were saying, that they said that she unplugged the Wi-Fi.
She probably did. She may well have done that. I'll go, but she knows. Ali knows.
By the way, it's getting back a little bit.
Yeah, look at that. You see, not bad for an older guy. I went in the gym the other day, Engin.
Yeah.
My sons. I started last week. My son took them in the gym. They did some bench pressing, and like an idiot, I did some like short range speed rep benching for cardio. Oh my god! Let me tell you, my tits are killing.
You need to start from somewhere, my friend. It's gonna happen like that.
Oh
man. But listen. First 1 month, just 1 month. Be patient. 1 month. After 1 month, you will like it. There is one more super chat, Bionic, Dan Plexman. Never bet against the gods. We will.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, so thanks to everyone. And hope to see you guys again. And I thank Neil Pickup very much. Neil Pickup, I really would pay to talk arm wrestling with you.
Mate, it is an absolute honor and a pleasure.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for probably around 25 to 30 years.
Yeah.
And I've loved it every single
World
time.
Championships, European Championships, match finishes, and then we talk about arm wrestling. Yeah.
Love it, mate. Love it. Thanks
Yeah,
for the invite, mate. It's been too long. Really enjoyed it.
It's an
And
honor,
thanks to everybody in the chat for tuning in and for supporting East versus West. Keep this thing going. It's on.
Yeah.
Get
And
excited.
Armor is only a week after.
Yeah, we will be. We're not sure exactly when we're going to film it yet. No surprise there, but that's the plan. The plan is to try and go as soon as East versus West is done. We've got very exciting. Devon Larratt is going to be in a battleground.
Left arm.
He's going to be in a battleground, 4-man battleground, left-handed.
And who are the others? You're not gonna say, right?
No,
You
going to
will
drop
announce
some
later.
clues. There'll be clues going out at East versus West. We will put clues out at East versus West. We're going to give prizes to people who can guess correctly. We're going to give some, the arm sport handles.
Yeah.
We're going to give away some stuff for arm sport. If you follow our sponsor partners, Arm Sport, check it out. Best handles in the world. You can get 10% off them. Get over there. www.wristball.net. Get over, check it out. And you will see that they have some good kit. We're going to be giving out prizes. We got some weird prizes as well. We got some signed shirts, merch, stuff like that we're going to be giving out. And
For the members, right?
yes, yeah, it's going to be for all Arm Wars members, every tier. We'll get to see the battleground. We've probably got, I would think, anywhere from 5 to 7 matches taking place.
But you are not gonna announce them yet.
We're going to announce some of them. We'll let people know some of the stuff, but the battleground that Dev's involved with, we're not going to announce that. We're not going to announce that just
But
because
is that true that Bojdar Semenov will be there?
that who will be there.
Wow.
Say one more time, mate. Is it true that
Bojdar.
no, Borgi will not be there?
Bojdar. Oh, okay.
Borgi will not be there. Borgi was going to be pulling against Mindaugas.
Yeah.
And that match is coming. But we've got another big event announcement coming very, very soon.
Okay.
I can't tell you the details yet.
Yeah.
But it's later in the year.
Istanbul. I will get all the information from you in Istanbul. Don't worry about it.
There you go, mate. We'll get all that information through to Engin. And you never know, guys. This year, 2023, in Arm Wars Iron House.
Yeah. It will be
We
good.
may see the return
Of the Enigma of Rage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Get
That's
ready. Get ready. Engin at Arm Wars 23. Who wants it? Let's go.
Yeah. I plan to pull one match at East versus West, one match at Arm Wars, and one match at King of the Table.
Let's go.
Let's go.
In 2023, and then another 6 in 24.
We will see.
Yes.
Anyways,
Hey,
so yeah,
that's all,
before
guys.
your wife divorce you, so let's finish this here.
That's true. I'll
And-
probably be on a 9-month sex ban, and it's all your fault. I'm
Take
going to
care of
blame
yourself.
Ryan Bowen, but it's all your fault.
Take care, Neil. Take care,
Take
Neil.
it easy,
Thank you very
guys.
much.
All the
And
best.
thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone for watching us and supporting us.
Cheers, guys.